Hey guys, it's me Heather, and I am doing a video today with my friend Beauty by Trish. We are going to do a series together for makeup artists. So this first series is just going to be, for me, I'm doing some tips and tricks for beginner makeup artists. We both are freelance makeup artists, and we kind of started around the same time, and that's how we found each other. So we both thought it would be fun and be beneficial whether you're a beginner or if you just kind of, like, I love to watch the What's in My Kit because my kit's always changing, and I like to watch tutorials and stuff. So this can be if you're already a makeup artist and you're just kind of curious. This can be for anybody, but my stuff is specifically going to be based on if you're a beginner makeup artist. First tip would be to depot everything, to get Z palettes or the NARS Pro palette or any of those palettes and depot everything, because when a client sees this sitting there, they don't know what's Makeup Geek, what's MAC, what's Senna, what's Makeup Forever. Like, all of these are, like, most of these are MAC. I have like 3 or 4 Senna in here. I have two NYX. I have 2 NYX shadows in here, but nobody knows that. So, like, you can't tell. It's best just to depot everything. I didn't get it out, but it's in a black palette. My blush palette is MAC and Jordana blushes. I probably use the Jordana blushes the most because they're just really soft, they're really pretty, and I depotted those. I got them at Kmart. I think they were $2.99 a piece, and they have worked wonders. I probably have 5 or 6 palettes that come already together, and I mean, I love all of those, but depotting is a great way to build your kit, and nobody has to know. You can just fill this up with Makeup Geek or whatever you want to fill it up with. And this is also one that I'm working on, and you can see here, these are all different sizes. This is kind of my miscellaneous as I depot, but we've got Wet n Wild, Victoria's Secret, yeah, Wet n Wild, Victoria's Secret. These are 2 Benefit shadows. That's obviously a NYX, and then these are 2 MAC press pigments. So just a little wide array of shadows in that as well. And then a NARS palette you can use. This is the NARS Pro palette on narscosmetics.com, and you can just depot everything. I mean, just put everything, like, this is miscellaneous. I'm working on this, but already in my Zuka Pro bag I have probably 4 of these Z palettes and 1 MAC Pro palette, maybe two MAC shadows, I know for sure, maybe 1 blush. And then I also have a new lipstick one that's coming to me because it had come to the time where some of them weren't being used, so I'm taking that insert out, and I'm just going to start a new lip one, and I'm going to do eyeshadows in that one. That's neither here nor there. Another big thing, if you're starting out, I am going to fold this over so you cannot see my information. And this is old. This is like one of the first ones I did, but this is the only one I can find without pulling all my stuff out of my, I have my closet, and it's all my stuff I work from. So without pulling all of that out, because it's already been cleaned, sanitized, I don't want to deal with it. So this is an old contract. You have to have a contract. You have to be covered. You have to cover yourself and the client. So what I have done, this is just this one here, without showing my information, is it's called a trial contract. So if I go do a bridal trial, it just asks the questions. Are you allergic to anything? Have you notified the makeup artist of any known allergies? And I put, like, examples: silicone, latex, do you have any food allergies that you know that you're allergic to? Like, so a lot of products have coconut oil or coconut in it. Mango, like, I'm allergic to mango, and products that have mango in it make me, I don't get hives, but they make me itchy and red. So that is like number 1. Are you allergic to anything? Have you check here that you have notified the makeup artist, so you're covered, that if they're allergic to latex and you didn't know it and they have a reaction, you're good because they signed it. I have a sign and an initial. They initial it and then they sign it at the end, just to be safe. They can't say they didn't read it. That seems to be working for me. I haven't had any issues. Luckily, everybody's really good. Nobody has any problems, so that's been good. I also have on this trial that I understand that this is the amount that is to be paid by cash and or PayPal here, and that is the little PayPal, which I did not bring up. I'm terrible. I was not planning for the video. It's the little, I put it on my iPhone, and it attaches my iPhone, and then people can swipe their debit or credit card, and it goes to my PayPal account. I usually text or email with them beforehand. Some people just they have a PayPal account and they just PayPal me before I ever show up. They just pay me. They're trusting that I'll be there, and they just PayPal me before I go. So for those who have not done that, here it says, I understand this is the amount due today for this trial, and either cash and or PayPal here via debit or credit card. And that covers you. So if you get done and they say, oh, thanks, but it's not what I wanted, I'm not going to pay for it, they didn't get a service for free. So, you know, they've signed, they've already noted that you're doing a service, and they agreed to pay that fee. I've never had it happen, but I have heard stories where people had to call the cops on, you know, to get paid. I've never had that happen, but I was shorted once. I didn't count it, and I was shorted like 10, 15 bucks or something. But you live and learn, so you always count your cash before you leave. Don't be trusting like I was. And then this says, oh, and then I have a thing here. It says that you understand that that you're okay with me taking photos that can be used for my portfolio, for my website. And now I've had to go back and include social media, because when I started doing it, nobody cared about Instagram, Facebook. That was just, it wasn't, I mean, that shows you how old I am, right? But it just wasn't a thing. And then I just have here, my name is all over this, but it just has their name, phone number, email, and then the day of the current day, and then the day that their wedding is. And so then if they sign, they fill all this out, and if they say, I'm going to book you now, they have 48 hours to get a deal. So they sign that they understand that they only have 48 hours. So if they call me in like a week and say, hey, I've decided to use you, great, but you're not getting the deal. So and that kind of puts a little sense of urgency to them, but they've already signed and initialed and all that. So contracts, very important. Cover yourself. Have a completely separate contract for weddings and all that stuff. That's all separate. That is just like when you're going to do a trial. You can do one for a prom, but you don't usually do a trial and then a prom. Usually I just get called like 2 or 3 days before, and they're like, I need my prom makeup done, can you come do it? And I'm like, sure. So another thing for money saving is to do, hold up, don't tell me I brought the wrong things. Hold on. Okay, so my next tip for you is going to be to know your demographic, know your area of expertise. So like, I do bridal, like 90%, 95% of my work is bridal. You know, there's prom, there's bachelorette parties, there's boudoir shoots, but most of it is bridal. So if you're wanting to do bridal, I suggest you go on Google, become BFFs. You're going to spend a lot of time together, and just type in your area and type in makeup artist. Go on Facebook, type in your area, type in makeup artist. That way you can see what their website looks like. You can see how much they're charging. You can see if they're getting a lot of work. If they don't update, then maybe find somebody, you know, keep looking until you find somebody who is current, active on Instagram, active on Facebook. You're more than welcome to reach out to them, but see what they're charging. See what they're, if they talk about like what they're using in their kit, what their training is. See what you need to do. And then don't start building your kit based upon what you're going to do. You don't need to go out and buy all the loud palettes and all the bright colors if you're doing bridal. You need matte colors, you need browns, taupes, you know, pinks, you need like very neutral. And then you can get some fun makeup geek colors for people who do want to pop a color. And usually the bridesmaids will want something a little bit fun. If the bride's not, you know, pulling in the reins, the bridesmaids usually want like a little punch of color, something a little bit sparkly, something a little bit more fun. So I just pulled these out. They are a little dirty, but I pulled them out of their bag over there. This is the Lorac Pro 2 palette, the original Lorac palette, which these get used a lot. And then we have the Urban Decay Original Naked and the Naked 2. I do have the Naked 3 in there. I've taken it out. It doesn't get you. I don't ever use it. So I put it in my kit and I don't end up using it on brides. It's just not a favorite. These are probably the most used palettes. And I suggest if you're trying to build your kit, save your money and do a palette. Because, I mean, you can see. You're getting all these shades. And they just work really well. And then, you know, you get a couple of good palettes. And then you can start doing the, you know, $10 MAC Pro in the pan shadows. I also have the Nude Dude palette, which I also have the Nude Tude, but I really like this one. This one went in my kit. And it has some really pretty colors. It's the Balm. But just don't buy a bunch of stuff that you're not going to need. Most of my brides want airbrush, but I have found extra foundations and different for oily skin and for dry skin. But don't go out and buy a bunch of $12, you know, like 5 or 6 drugstore foundations for $12 because that may not be what's going to work for everybody. So you want to kind of just get a few little things here and there that's going to work for everybody. And then this is the old school MAC, and everything in my kit, these are getting labeled now, but everything in my kit that's like in a palette like this has my name on it. We had a situation where some people's things got picked up that wasn't there, so I have started labeling all my stuff. But this is the original, the OG MAC palette, and I just have Midnight. This is from Serenity and Scott, and then these are like probably some of the most used bridal colors. That's MAC Tracks. Some of these are yeah, MAC Tracks. Sable is, this is the repurchase. I've went through several Sables. They're gorgeous. Club. I don't use that much on brides. And then Humid is one of my favorite to use as a liner. So that's really fun. What is this? This is from Sappho Cosmetics, and it's just a blush. It's just a matte blush. And I'm moving everything around, so there's no rhyme or reason to any of this stuff at this point. Big tip for building your kit that's helped me is, like, especially with the holidays coming up, buy those little sampler, like Sephora favorites, the little sampler sets that are like $36, and they'll have like 5 or 6 mascaras, or, you know, like, the most expensive thing for your kit is going to be face stuff. Foundations, primers, serums, setting sprays. That's where you need to focus your money. You can get drugstore blushes, Depot the Jordana for $3. They work great. Lipsticks, you can do drugstore. You can, drugstores even if you wanted to find a couple of shades, like some of the Rimmel Kate Moss are just beautiful. And, cause like I'm depotting all of mine. I depotted a bunch of MAC. I mean, I do have MAC in my kit. This is for if you're beginning. Get a couple of drugstore shades, really affordable. Those can be your go-to. You're going to have brides who don't want you, because I have like the little plastic tubs that I scrape off lipstick and put in, and I leave them a little e.l.f. brush for them to reapply. Some of them don't want that. Some of them want the tube. So I just give them, I have extras when I do a trial. They let you know. If most brides will let you know what they want. And they'll let you know, so I just go pick up another one and I leave it with them and call it done. But, spend your money on foundation and face products, and like primers, eye primers, lip primers, face primers, setting sprays, like Urban Decay. But right now at Ulta, Urban Decay has a set, and I think it was like in a haul video or something I did. It's $22. You get an eye primer, you get the setting spray, you get an eyeliner. You get like 4 or 5 things for $22. Now, yes, they are jumbo travel size, but it will get many faces done while you get paid, and then save a little bit every time you get paid, and then you go to Ulta or Sephora and you purchase bigger sizes of this stuff that work for you, so you're not stuck. I mean, I have, hold up, let's show you here. I have a basket full of sample things that I don't use for myself. I mean, most of these are like oils and serums and stuff, but they come in those little kits. I have like a little By Beauty lip mask here that's never been used. I have this little e.l.f. eye primer, under eye primer. Actually works really good. See, when you make an order on Sephora, you put in the code and you get a free Makeup Forever base. So all this little stuff can be put into your kit, like, and you can slowly build it up. Ipsy is a great way to get little extra samples, Birchbox, any of that kind of stuff. They send me like mattifying moisture lotion, so I saved that for my kit. A Lorac eye primer. This came from an Ipsy bag. This is a BB cream, or it's a DD cream, and it came from an Ipsy bag. So, and there's just tons of little stuff. Get the holiday sets. Like right now there's a Tarte blush set that's like 4 or 5 blushes for like 40-50 bucks. That way you have, I mean, Tarte blushes, first, they're long lasting, they're beautiful, they're bright, like they're perfect for brides. Buy those sets, and that'll help you build your kit faster. And they may be smaller, they may be travel size, but like I said, when I was first starting out, and I still do it now, I just save a little bit every time, and then I go and I buy stuff for my kit. So like, you know, when you're first starting out and you have drugstore, there's nothing wrong with that. You charge what you feel is appropriate for your area for drugstore, using all drugstore products. And then as you get your name out there and it grows, you raise your rates as you put in higher brand stuff in there for you. So I'm also going to say this, and dare I say this, but I highly recommend getting off the internet, getting off social media, getting off of Instagram, and going to your library, use bookstore. Perhaps you can be on the internet to go on Amazon, but buy beauty books by working celebrity artists, and read those books from beginning to end. Like, I have a used bookstore near me, relatively near me, and every time I go, I look to see if they have beauty books. And it doesn't matter if it's for African American skin, if it's Asian skin, I have all the books. Because you don't know who you're going to be working on. Just because that's not me doesn't mean that's not who my client's going to be. And I even have some that are like from the 90s. Well, guess what? What's the biggest trend? 90s are back. So, I have them. I read them, like Bobby Brown, Kevin Aucoin. Aucoin, we're going to go with that. You know who I'm talking about. And, I mean, Linda Mason. A lot. So I recommend reading those books. Also, I have subscriptions to Essence, Latina Magazine, White, Brides, Weddings. I mean, just a ton of magazines that are going to tell me what's popular and what's the look and what products people are using for different skin types, different skin tones. And what the look is and what's popular this season and what's coming out. Because I used to, before Pinterest, before it was so easy to just pull up Pinterest, I used to tear out pictures from those magazines and put them in those clear inserts. And I had a nice little portfolio where people could just, if they didn't know what they wanted, they could just flip through and say, hey, I want to look like this girl. And now everybody has Pinterest and they have pictures of Kim Kardashian. 9 times out of 10, the bride wants to be Kim Kardashian, but they want natural makeup. So just practice that. Get all your friends over, get everybody to your house, go to their house, and practice a smoky eye, a neutral smoky eye, a bridal eye. I mean, YouTube is a great tutorial. You can watch so many videos, but hands-on, getting your hands on someone's face is the best thing you can do. Don't be discouraged and don't let naysayers poo-poo on your dreams of doing makeup, because I've lived in small towns. I've always lived in small towns, but I'm willing to make the drive to a bigger city for work. So, and it just continues to grow, and it's amazing, and it's awesome. And I hope I didn't ramble too much and you got some tips. Let me know if you like this. Please comment, rate, and subscribe. Go check out my friend Trish's video, and we will do another one if this one gets a lot of awesome feedback. So we would love to hear from you. Thank you so much for watching, and I will see you guys next time. Bye. Well, yeah, this one's shadow.